Hi there. My name is Suze, and I work with women to help them find balance between their internal masculine and feminine energies so that they can have lives that feel really emotionally fulfilling, full of love and connection. So, today for Sacred Sunday, I like to do my normal Sacred Sunday oracle card readings and just give them to you guys. I do want to acknowledge that we had a full. I'm really off my game today, guys, okay? And I know I'm not the only one. Let's talk about this. Let's get real for a second, okay? I've had some women already reaching out to me today about how the energies are crazy right now. And yes, astrologically speaking, there is a lot going on up there with the planets. And the planets are in some positions right now that are really putting some pressure on us. And I know a lot of my feminines, my close inner circle of friends, myself included, I'm probably going to trip over my words today in the next few videos. We're really feeling this. We're really feeling the self-worth, value. What do we energetically value? Where am I putting my energetic worth in? Where am I investing my life force energy, my heart space energy? What am I investing in? And is it a wise investment? And also, kind of part of that is self identity. Who am I? Who was I? What part am I leaving behind? Where am I moving forward? But in order for me to step into this new identity, what other stuff of my life has to stay behind? That is a loaded question because it may be energies, some energies or energetic cycles, patterns that you have been participating in that maybe now you need to move out of. You need to stop participating in those karmic loops or energetic cycles that are depleting you or not, again, a wise investment, are not giving you what you want or need. It could be a connection, a relationship, a person, a job, anything that can be an addiction, and I mean the wide span of addiction. Anything that you're participating in that you know is not for your higher good, but for some reason you're still participating in it. We are really being pushed to go into the unknown, jump off the cliff, jump off the cliff into the unknown and see what's there for you. So if you're feeling this, if you're feeling restless, if you're feeling unsure of yourself, if you're really stuck in your head ruminating about all these things and really having a hard time balancing things or making decisions or moving forward or staying focused, that is totally normal and you're okay. We had a new moon on Friday. You may have seen I did a written post in the community section here on YouTube. I did a written post about a ritual, a candle ritual I love to do with the moon cycles. And it really does feel like magic because it's so easy and yet so powerful for really manifesting and bringing into your life what you want. So if you haven't seen that written post, I would really highly recommend go to the community section here, look at that post, and as you're reading about the candles and lighting the candles, again, I want to highlight that I'm talking about energies. What are the energies you're growing with the moon, from the new moon to the full moon? What are the energies you want more of in your life? That's what you're lighting the candles for. It is not necessarily a physical thing like, oh, I want a new house, so I'm lighting a candle for a new house. No, 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 no. I call that the drive-by when I'm with my clients. I call that the drive-by. It's not the house that you want. What is the feeling, the energy that you think you're going to get from the new house that you don't currently have and wherever you're currently living that's making you want the house? It's that, and that's clearly a conversation that goes pretty deep, and I'm not going to get into that. This is not supposed to be one of those videos. I'm already practically 5 minutes in. I haven't even done my oracle cards yet. So all of that to say, be gentle with yourself. self-care, slow down, and nurture. The word nurture is really coming through strongly for me this weekend. What would feel really nurturing, which is also mothering energy, which is fascinating because I kind of want to go into the mother wound and mother issues and emotional issues that we have as women due to issues with mother wounds. Again, not going to get into that today. That's not the subject for today. So, and I have to say this too. At the bottom of the deck, one of the oracle card decks I want to use is the Rose Oracle. My first rose bloomed today. The first rose of the season bloomed today. It's a rose that is called a Love and Peace rose. So I love it. So I decided to use my Rose Oracle deck and my angels. I've been loving the angels and using those consistently. And at the bottom of the deck, I've already shuffled these. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Sacred Waters, which is all about, it says nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, and self-care. If that does not validate the feelings I've been having, I don't know what does. So be compassionate and gentle and nurturing and nourishing with yourself this weekend. There is a lot going on. This week is going to be magical. Be very careful what you're thinking about because the manifestation energies of this week are intense. Oh, I love this. Okay. Oh, another one wants to come out. We got two. Oh, no, we got three. Oh my God. You guys, I love this. This gets me really excited and is really affirming for some things I have been personally working through as well. The first one that came out is We Are Nature, which is so perfect for the Taurus new moon. Taurus is all about nature and grounding, coming home to yourself, feeling stable. And this is what this is, becoming grounded, embodiment, living in connection with self, connection with nature, connection with Gaia, Mother Earth. That's what this is. And it looks to me like she is laying in a field. She has her eyes closed. She looks like she's meditating and she's laying in a field, connecting, grounding with the earth. I have spoken before about a little bit about human design, and I am a projector in human design. And part of my energetic structure really needs a lot of rest. I work so intensely with energy and I see energy, and my aura penetrates other people's aura to read energy really deeply, and it's really exhausting. And so rest for me is really, really big. But one of the key things for rest with me is horizontal rest because it mimics that grounding flat on the earth. So I love this. This is beautiful. The second one that I saw that came out is, it's basically the same. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action. Now, it's a little bit dark today, so my lighting is a little bit funny. I tried doing one of my lights, but I didn't like the way it was changing the tones of the colors here, so we're a little dark today. But if you can see her, she has her arms out wide like this, which to me is so goddess energy. Such a goddess of, I am open and ready to receive from the heavens. I call down from the heavens everything that I want to create and manifest into this 3D reality. I simply have to relax, open, and receive. Such a powerful goddess energy, and I love it. And what happens is that is when integration and embodiment happens, like it says there. When you are relaxed and you are quiet within yourself, that is when the integration happens. And I love the word integration. That is really a huge word for me in my business because I see it as integration of the masculine and the feminine together in our own beings. Instead of thinking that we need someone or something outside of us to complete that integration, it's that self. Integrating with yourself, all parts of me integrating back together, which is connection, right? Connection. And then from there, I take action. The last card that came out which is so cool because this is total queen energy, which is very divine counterpart energy here. Very divine counterpart. The crowning, initiation, thresholds. This is so what I was just saying a minute ago. Thresholds, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. This is the energy that I was talking about. I'm trying to get a good spot for the picture here. The lighting is terrible, you guys, and I apologize. Maybe that's a little better. But she's literally birthing out a rose here. And there is a crown on her head. And there's almost like ancestral energy behind her. There's these beings behind her that feel very like ancestral. And the rose is being birthed out of her. And then from there, the baby, the child comes out down the bottom. But this is thresholds, initiation. That is the jumping off the cliff I was talking about. Jumping off into the unknown, the birth and the rebirth, a seat at the table of where you know you belong, identity. Stepping into your new identity, moving through the threshold from the old to the new, knowing that that is where you belong, a seat at the table with your crown. I have a rose quartz crown. I like to wear it on New Year's Eve to welcome in the new year. It just feels good to me. It looks probably silly, and I don't care. It feels really good to me. And on New Year's Eve, I love to wear my rose quartz crown. To me, it feels like the greatest way to welcome in a new year in queen crowned energy. I love it. So that's what this is. I want to also mention it's talking about birth and rebirth. I've said this in another video. I forget which one it was. I did it not too long ago. Within the past week, I said this about rebirth. When you recognize you are moving into a space of rebirth, you have to allow yourself permission that it's going to be messy and it's going to be slow. When a child is born, they don't just get born and then off and running and riding a bike and going to school. It's a slow process of progression, of progress to get them from helpless little newborn child, infant, to walking, to all the other activities. That is the same in your own journey. Every time you step over the threshold and rebirth yourself into a newer, bigger, more expanded you, take your time in moving forward. It's gonna feel shaky. It's gonna be uncertain. You have to learn how to walk all over again before you can run. So it's slow, steady, and then like this one, grounded action. Okay? I love that. That was such a beautiful progression. So I'm going to pull from the angel deck, but first, again, I had it face up. I have to show you bottom of the deck, see only love. I literally have a video on that. If you haven't seen, you have to check that video out because here it is at the bottom of the deck. I will read this briefly and then we'll move on. Look past the seeming errors. This is so good in the idea of threshold or jumping off the cliff. Look past the seeming errors, mistakes, and misunderstandings and see only the love within each person, including yourself. Your resolute focus, there's that word I said earlier, your resolute focus on the love that underlies each situation brings about healing in undreamed of ways. That last sentence feels so much like the message I talk about with the feminine goes first and the feminine leading the relationship, the connection into emotional healing and growth right there. Brings about healing in undreamed of ways. The feminine, keeping her eyes on the love, holds all the power for the transformation, for the growth. For the one card, and see if one more wants to pull it, pop out, because they're coming out quick here. It might be just that one because we got 3 from the other one. Is there another message for this week for us to focus on? Oh, that's it. Being quiet. Oh, you cannot make this up. Thank you for the validation. Message I said earlier with the planets and the the new moon. Keep saying full moon. It's not a full moon yet. Clearly, I want to get to the full moon. Clearly, that's where I'm at. Like, get me to the full moon. Go for it. This card has come out before. Maybe it was just me personally, but very recently, I'm trying to think if it was for a client or myself. I think it might have been my own drawing for myself, but it says go for it. The threshold energy again. Threshold, jumping off the cliff. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. I think I know what it was. I don't remember if I did it here on YouTube, but I posted it on Instagram. This card came out recently. I posted it in my stories on Instagram. Every now and then, if you're not following me on Instagram, you should, because I post some fun things in my stories. It's the same name as here, Inhale Love with Suze, over on Instagram. I will also drop it in my description box below so you can see that. Follow me over there. I do a lot of fun stuff in my stories and really share my personal life as well, little tidbits from there. But this is that same thing, jump off the cliff, go for it. And I love that she's riding on a white horse, because think about how we think about that. We sometimes romanticize the idea of like a man riding in on a white horse to save the damsel in distress. She's riding her own white horse in. I love it. And I love the kitties in the trees, feline energy. I have a cat. I'm a cat lover. Love my little kitty. So that's the message for today. I've already gone over my time a little bit. I know you guys don't mind. Thank you to those who've left those comments letting me you don't mind if I went a little longer on these videos. But that's my Sunday message for you all. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you for listening, and I will see you the next day. Bye-bye for now.